everybody, welcome back to the Fantasy Football Fanatic, the channel that's dedicated to the Fantasy Hub fantasy football game. My name's Matt. With the next round of Champions League fixtures just around the corner, it's time for episode 2 of the Fantasy Hub Champions League fantasy football series that I'm doing. If you're new here, or if you're returning and haven't done so already, please like, subscribe and hit notifications so that you know when I'm going to be uploading the next video. And with all that said, let's get into it. The game was updated after GW1, first round of fixtures from the Champions League. As you can see, it was a brilliant week for me. Got 113 points in the first week. I have to say that's my best ever start in the Champions League game. And only a few points behind the top ranking player in the whole game on 121. Easily beat the average for the week of 58, and currently sitting number 5 in the overall World Championship standing. So as I say, best ever start I've had, and hopefully looking to continue that definitely. And also got the extra 0.2 in the head-to-head winnings as well that goes into the budget for the next game week. So yeah, overall. Great start. Hoping to continue that, and yeah, in the mini league that I'm in, I'm also in number 3 in that as well in the official Fantasy Hub Champions League mini league. So overall, great start. And I'm just going to look at the individual player performances and talk through how that went. So let's get into that now. This is how my team did on an individual player basis. So as I say, overall 113 points. I start off with the goalkeeper Casteels at Wolfsburg. Excellent performance from him with the 9 points. So got the clean sheet plus extra save points. So considering he's one of the cheaper keepers on the game, that's really great performance from him. Moving on to the defence, so Meunier at Dortmund got the assist. Fortunately, no clean sheet points, as Besiktas tested score, but happy with the extra assist points. That's why he's in my team. Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich didn't get any extra attacking returns, which is a little disappointing given he's a premium asset, but got the clean sheet against Barcelona. And then again, Reece James got the clean sheet, but no extra attacking returns on top. Moving into the midfield, so started off with Tisankov from Dynamo Kiev. As I said in my previous video, this was really Dynamo Kiev's best fixture on paper with Benfica at home. Fixtures get much tougher for them, and it was only going to ever be the first week punt for me. Fortunately, didn't deliver any attacking returns. So, just the 2 points for him. Likewise with Yaziki from Lille. I was pretty confident going into the game week that he would start for them, but unfortunately didn't. Only came on in the latter stages, so only got the 1 point. And also I've been monitoring how he's been doing in the French league, and to be honest, he seems to be out of favour now. He's not starting any games, and he only comes on in the latter stages. So looks like I'm going to have to move him on before he's played, because I think that there's a high chance that he's not going to start the game going on his league form. So I'm going to have to I'm going to have to move him on. So that's the plan. Then had absolutely Mo Salah. Got an assist against AC Milan, but didn't get on the score sheet. And then Mahrez got on the score sheet against RB Leipzig, got a penalty, so 8 points from him. And then I substituted Tisankov for Ryan Gravenberch at Ajax, who got an assist in their game against Sporting. So again, happy overall with the performance of my midfield. And then moving on to the forward line, this is where the points really came in. So first of all, I had Ronaldo for Man United against Young Boys, and I decided to captain Ronaldo. So he scored the 1 goal, so 14 points from him. Then I substituted him out for Lukaku, who again got on the score sheet against Zenit, so there's another 7 points from him. And then took Lukaku out for Mbappe at PSG. I felt that they had a really chance of a high-scoring win against Club Brugge, but it didn't pan out that way. They drew that game 1-1, which is a huge surprise. Mbappe, though, did pick up an assist, so still got some attacking returns from him with the 5 points. Then Haaland, you pretty much, as I said in the previous video, you pretty much guarantee goals from this guy every single game, and he got on the score sheet against Besiktas, so the 7 points from him. Also had Alvaro Morata in, and he got a goal and an assist in their game against Malmo. But as I said in the previous video, it was only going to be a 1 week punt as they're playing Chelsea next, so I don't expect them really to get anything from that game. So 10 points from Morata, and then the guy who I brought in then, Seb Haller from Ajax, absolutely outstanding. Got 4 goals against Sporting, 22 points. Absolutely amazing return. In hindsight, you wish you'd captained these players, but I don't think anyone was going to suggest that he would get 4 goals. But yeah, absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's how my team did overall. 113 points, as I say. So let me know how you did in the first game week. How did your transfers go? Who did you bring in? Let me know in the comments. Now I'm going to look ahead to the game week 2 fixtures and my transfer strategy, who I'll be looking to transfer in and out for the next round of fixtures. So let's get into that now. Looking at the game week 2 round of fixtures, so we start on Tuesday with Ajax versus Besiktas and Shakhtar versus Inter. So obviously I've got Gravenberch and Haller for Ajax, hoping that Haller can continue that amazing run of form against a weakened Besiktas team. I believe they've got a few players out injured for this week, so hoping for big things there. And then you've got Shakhtar and Inter. So when I mentioned before that Yakizi, I'm not confident that he's going to start the game, and he'll only have a bit part role maybe with the Lille game against Salzburg. So I am looking to move Yakizi on for Nicola Barella from Inter, who's been a mainstay in their side so far this season. Played every minute, and he's done really well in the first 6 matches in Serie A. He's got 5 assists and 1 goal, so I can take Yakizi out for him, and that's what I'm going to do. But also, fortunately, Reece James got injured for Chelsea over the weekend. It looks like he's going to be out for a month, so I need to take him out as well. And I'm looking at Inter as a team that I'd want to hold players for the next 3 game weeks, because after Shakhtar they have a double header against Sheriff, who are arguably the weakest team in that group. So I think that having Inter assets for the next 3 weeks at least is a real good play. So I'm going to take Reece James out, and it'll be an Inter defender. It might be Denzel Dumfries or Matteo Darmian. I'll just see who is starting the game closer to kick-off. Then the later kick-off, so you've got Borussia versus Sporting. So still got Haaland and Meunier, but there is rumours. I've seen articles online that Haaland's carrying a knock. He didn't play at the weekend in the Bundesliga, and the manager said that it's a touch and go whether he'll be starting in this game as well. So I'm going to obviously keep an eye out on that. If he doesn't play, it's an easy swap to Benzema for Real Madrid, who are playing Sheriff at home tonight. That's just an easy swap. It's near enough a straight swap from Haaland to Benzema. Then you've got Milan and Atletico Madrid. Don't have any plans to bring anyone in for this game, but from what I saw from the last game with Milan and Liverpool, Milan do look a decent side, and players like Diaz, who was classed as a midfielder in this game, he seems to be very attacking, almost like a forward himself. So he would be a player. If you're interested in a Milan player, he would probably be the one that I'd go for. And then you've probably got the biggest tie of the whole round, Paris Saint-Germain versus Man City. Nothing more needs to be said about this really. So you've got Neymar, Mbappe and Messi versus Man City. So got Mahrez for Man City and Mbappe for Paris. I wouldn't be looking to bring any further players from those two sides. I think it's going to be a tight game overall. It could go either way. But I would think that most players will have at least one player from each of those sides already after the first round of fixtures. And I'm happy to just keep Mahrez and Mbappe because they would be the ones who I'd be targeted anyway if I didn't have them and I wanted to bring somebody in for this fixture. Porto, Liverpool. Liverpool have a great record against Porto. They've scored 9 goals in the last 2 matches against them. And the main man is obviously Mo Salah. Got Mo Salah in the team. Viable captaincy candidate as well for this week, given the record against Porto. So I'm happy to keep Mo Salah in there. Leipzig versus Bruges, not brought anybody in or not planning to bring anyone in for this game. I know the Leipzig player last week scored a hat-trick against Manchester City and Nkunku, but I just can't bring in somebody for the Leipzig team for that one fixture, because then it will become difficult to get rid of them for the next round of fixtures, and they're playing a double header against Paris Saint-Germain, which I don't fancy them for either of those games, and that's what you have to think about now. So these fixtures in game week 2, they're kind of a one-off fixture, but then for game weeks 3 and 4, each team plays the same team twice in succession. Whoever they've got in game week 3, they'll play in game week 4, and I just think there's better options. Inter definitely being one of them, as I've touched on already. Then Real Madrid, I want to target Real Madrid obviously for this game, but then whoever I bring in, I'll be looking to transfer out, which I'll come on to in a moment in the later round of fixtures on Wednesday. But obviously, you want to be targeting Benzema for this game. He's got a high chance of scoring a few goals against Sheriff, and that would be my play if Haaland is injured. Then moving on to Wednesday, Atalanta versus Young Boys. Again, don't have any plans to bring in any players for this game. Same with Zenit and Malmo. Then for the Wednesday fixtures, got Benfica, Barcelona. Barcelona looked terrible against Bayern Munich. I know that Bayern Munich are one of the top sides in Europe, but again, Barcelona I think is a team that I'm steering well clear of at the moment. I need to see more from them against the lesser sides like Benfica to consider if I want to bring anyone in from Barcelona. So the next fixture there, Bayern Dynamo Kiev, I think you have to target this fixture above. So there's other fixtures like Man United, Villarreal. Ronaldo at home against Villarreal would be another one who is a priority. But I just think that Lewandowski from Bayern Munich against Dynamo Kiev at home has got a better chance of a higher return than Ronaldo has against Villarreal. Man United didn't play very well at all against Aston Villa at the weekend in the Premier League. Ole Solskjaer's under a bit of pressure for this game, and I can see Villarreal did beat Man United in the Europa League final last season as well, so you could argue that they want to get revenge on them for that defeat. Obviously Ronaldo's going to be the one to target to get on the score sheet, but not for me. And this week I'm gonna go with Lewandowski over Ronaldo. Juventus Chelsea, I can see it's going to be a tight game. Definitely, but I can see Chelsea winning. Lukaku, obviously, main man for them. But as I've already made 3 my transfers by this point, I don't have the facility to bring Lukaku in. And I say Lewandowski is the number one I'll be targeting in this round of fixtures. Salzburg, Lille. Again, don't have anyone for those fixtures. Salzburg actually missed 2 penalties in the first game as well, so you can't really trust their forwards. And then Wolfsburg, Sevilla, got Castells in the goalkeeping position for Wolfsburg. Again, I think it'll be a tight game, and be hopeful for maybe a clean sheet from Wolfsburg. So. Just to go over that, again, my as it stands at the moment, not knowing if Haaland is going to be available, my transfer strategy for this week will be Reece James to Inter Milan defender, Yakizi to Barella, Haaland to Benzema, and then Benzema to Lewandowski. The captaincy pick, as looking at the fixtures and who I'm looking to bring in, there's two candidates that stand out, which would be Benzema or Lewandowski, and I'm edging towards Lewandowski at the moment, just purely for the fact that Bayern Munich are playing so well. They're so dominant in their league. They've dominated Barcelona. They're just, at the moment, they are the informed team in Europe. So I think Lewandowski would have to be the one. But let me know who you're looking to bring in. What do you think to my transfers? What's your strategy for this coming game week? Let me know in the comments, or you can interact with the channel on Twitter as well, ffb_fanatic. Details of that are in the description of the video as well, as always. If you want to have a chat about your strategy on Twitter.
So that brings us to the end of episode 2 in the Champions League series. If you did enjoy that, please like, subscribe, and again hit the notification bell so you know that when I'm going to be uploading the next video in the series. Good luck to everybody who's playing the game, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.